Welcome to LA Late. I'm your host, Seth Dietland, and in this episode, we're going to be bringing the sexy back. We have an excellent show lined up for you today. We're going to be getting some tips from some experts about bringing the sexy back. Can anyone in here use a little more sexy? You know, I have to admit, I'm pretty invested in what our experts have to say today. A friend of mine suggested that I try this paleo diet, which apparently is a lifestyle diet that the caveman used to follow, which is like meat and vegetables, no refined sugars and salt. And all I can say is, hello, I live in Los Angeles, not Mesopotamia, and I'm actually personally interested in doing my hunting and gathering at the Sprinkles Cupcake ATM at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Right? So, you know, I have a Pavilions 2 blocks from me, which offers beautiful, beautiful selections, and personally, I'm not up for hunting for raccoon in the Hollywood Hills at 4 o'clock in the morning. I think the cops are going to get me in a little bit of trouble for that. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to hear what our experts have to say, and I'm ready to bring the sexy back. Wow! I tell you, mention sexy, and you have a very enthusiastic audience. Wait a minute. That might be a little bit too much enthusiasm. What are you doing over there?
Well, I'm trying to get sexy for the summer.
How did you sneak past my security, and who do I need to fire?
Well, I'm very convincing.
Okay. What is your name?
Carla.
Carla, you know, the most important thing about exercising is proper form, and I really can't risk you incurring injury on my show. But you're in luck, because today one of my guests is Talon, and he is a personal trainer here in Los Angeles, and he's going to give you some tips on bringing the sexy back.
Oh, good, because my arms are about to fall off.
That's not a good sign. I need them for clapping.
Oh.
So, for your safety and the safety of those around you, please go ahead and take your seat, and I think, what is that? Make sure it's in an upright position, tray table. Oh, no, never mind. You know, another thing, another tip about bringing the sexy back, of course, is equally important to exercise is nutrition. In our next segment, our lovely Susie is going to be speaking to a personal trainer, a bodybuilder, about the importance of nutrition. Later on in the show, we're going to have a burlesque dancer, Marisol Rodriguez. And for now, we're going to go to Susie in Studio A with Edgar.
Hello, my name is Susie, and my goal for the summer is to fit in my bikini. So this is why I brought to you today this awesome personal trainer, Edgar. Hi, Edgar.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Good. And Edgar is also a bodybuilder for you ladies. So today we're going to talk about the importance of nutrition when it comes to fitness. But before we start, I have to say you have really nice muscles.
Thank you so much. This is spinach, and this is broccoli.
Ooh, ladies. So would you tell us how important it is to have good nutrition for working out?
Extremely important. I just think of building your body like you will build a house. It doesn't make sense to have the workers when you don't have the materials in.
Yeah, good comparison. So what would be the food that would work against what we want?
Processed foods like we find in, in fast food restaurants, hamburgers, fries, Krispy Kreme. Yeah.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to have to give away my gift card for donuts. Oh,
Yeah.
well. So what should we eat then?
Lean sources of protein or natural sources of protein, and then starchy and fibrous sources of carbohydrates like the ones that we have here.
Kind of like Popeye, right? When he's eating spinach to build muscle, is that true?
It is true. It is true. If you were talking about bringing the sexy back, then you definitely want to include spinach in your diet because it helps you with muscle development and then your skin and your hair as well.
Great, that's great.
Yeah.
So when we also talk about diet, there's a lot of people that think that they should avoid carbs at all costs. Is that something that is true?
Carbs can be your best friends or your worst enemies. So you have to make a good selection out of them. Yeah.
Good. And what would be the way of raising your metabolism?
More number of meals a day rather than just one or two. And the biggest mistake or sin that we can commit in a day is to skip breakfast.
Skip breakfast.
Yeah, especially with our lifestyles here in the USA, we are always running from one place to another.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
tend to do that a lot.
Yeah.
So what would be your last advice before we leave?
Be consistent and be patient with your body. Change is going to happen, but not from one day to another.
Great. So don't go too far though, because when we come back, we will cook some awesome post-workout meal with our friend Edgar. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You know, I'm really passionate about the topic of tonight's show. Several years ago, I went through a personal transformation by bringing fitness into my life. And our producers are going to cue up a picture of my before and after picture. And I lost 60 pounds during this process, and I did so with the help of a personal trainer. My next guest is a personal trainer here in Los Angeles. Please welcome Talon Weems. How are you?
How are you?
Good, good. So, welcome to the show. It's really nice to have you here. So you're a personal trainer. You're doing a little bit of modeling, but one of the things I'm most impacted by is you shared with me that you go to schools and visit schools regarding fitness. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I do. There's a kindergarten class that I work with. I go to them every Friday, 2:30 p.m. And it's just do stuff with them. And that's not just sitting around in a classroom. Like we go outside, we'll run around, I'll do relay races, I taught them how to jump rope one time. It wasn't very successful, but I taught them how to jump rope one time, do push-ups, planks, stuff like that, just starting them young.
Well, and of course, we know that there's a real epidemic in this country with obesity. So, I mean, it's really great that you're in there teaching them at a very young age the importance of fitness and that sort of thing. So that's really
great. They're so eager to go.
That must be very personally fulfilling for you.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about.
So in addition to that, you also train clients here. You have a boot camp.
I do.
You teach cycling. You also take people one-on-one, help them lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody's a little individual, has different body, and they have different goals. Tell me a little bit about what you do to customize a plan when you bring in a client.
You really find out like what their main goal is. Like, you know, if it's weight loss, I'm not going to have them doing the same thing as somebody that's recovering from an injury or something like that. You know, it's all about programming and progression, whether it's, you know, an 18-year-old or an 80-year-old.
Right. Well, and it's really great.
It's a workout for them only.
Oh, and it's really great when I go to the gym and I see 80-year-olds at the gym and I think, and they look great for their age because they're working out in their later years. And you know, one of the common sort of misperceptions is that someone can go to the gym and run 20, 30, 40 minutes on the treadmill and then the fat is just going to melt right off their body. How can you speak to that myth?
First of all, you can, if you got on the treadmill for 6 minutes and just ran every other minute, you would get more done than if you ran for 20 minutes at the same speed, because your heart rate would be up and down, and you'd just be huffing and puffing. Then it would just, if you stayed at one speed the whole time. You've got to always keep it guessing. You can't do the same thing over. You got to keep the body guessing. You can't do the same thing over and over. If it's just changing reps, anything.
Right. Well, now, is it important, do you think, for even women to bring in weights and stuff like that instead of just doing cardio?
Of course, you know, weights, resistance bands, at all. You know, don't just do one thing. The first thing you can do, cardio one day, resistance the next day, weights the next.
Well, and I have to admit, like, you know, part of making that transformation is to stay motivated to go there. I mean, on one hand, you might have a nice, freshly baked pie on your kitchen cabinet, and then you have the prospect of going to the gym. Tell us a little bit about tips that our audience can take into consideration for staying motivated to go to the gym.
Baby steps. Don't make any unrealistic goals. You know, you can't get a six-pack in 2 weeks. You can definitely keep yourself from getting a six-pack in 2 weeks. You can injure yourself first day. first day. You're not going to get the body you want the first day, but you can not get it the first day.
Right, and another motivating factor is there's a lot of eye candy at the gym.
There
So, I
is,
mean, that
there
can
is.
get you right there, and it's a lot more rewarding than a
People
piece
get
of
ready
pie.
to go to the gym now.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great.
This is true. So, what about, for example, people make progress and they really can't see it. You see them, they see themselves in the mirror and they can't see the progress and everyone else can. How do you help people overcome that obstacle?
Well, even if they don't want it, I have some women that don't want to know. They don't want to know the measurements. I measure everything, biceps, everything that you can lose weight, or if you're gaining weight. If you can't see it, you're looking in the mirror every day. You're not going to see the change. I want to show you on paper that hey, when I measured you, you were this. Now you're this. Even
Right.
if you can't see it, numbers don't lie.
Right. And of course, and sometimes people have this sort of perception, especially if they're a little overweight. Even though they're making progress, they're still seeing what they didn't like, before.
Right.
So, another thing is form. Can you tell us how important form is to exercise?
Oh, that's like you could say one of the main keys of having a personal trainer. It's because you can think you're doing it right. Oh, I feel this here, but you could be messing something up and not even be able to get out of bed the next day.
Right, right. So we have some dumbbells here that are going to be brought in. You can show us a little bit of just a few tips. We have a member of our studio audience, Carla especially, and the rest of our audience who's very interested in tips. So show us a little bit of.
Okay, I'll do how about a regular bicep curl?
Great, and let's do it the wrong way, and let's do it the right way.
Okay, wrong way. You see this a lot. You'll see the guys go over and grab the 50-pound weights, and they'll be slinging it up like that, using their whole body. If you want to do a bicep curl, all you want to do is just use your bicep.
Right. I have to admit, I do see that a lot at the gym, and then I run into the corner, I snicker a little bit, and
Oh
then I
yeah,
return to my
for
workout.
sure, for sure.
So,
You couldn't tell them that they weren't the coolest thing in the gym.
right?
Yeah.
Well, which brings me to another topic. I mean, is there such a thing as too much exercise?
Oh yeah, you can definitely overwork yourself, overwork your muscles. You have to let your muscles rest. Have to. Muscles just like everything else. Work them, rest them.
Right. And it's, I guess it's in the recovery of those.
Okay, yeah, like I'm a big fan of if you work out 6 days a week, 7th day don't do anything. Be lazy. Let everything rest, recover.
Well, tell me about things people do to set themselves up for failure.
Unrealistic goals, just like the setting yourself up for failure with stupid goals. With goals like this and changing too much at one time.
Right.
Doing if you're already working out and you're not used to it and you're going to change a diet too, you might get just mad, just be in a bad mood. So just do little things. Cut out carbs at 6 p.m., then go to 5 p.m., then it'll be nothing. It'll just be like, what's my next goal? What's my next thing I can do?
So, basically tackle one thing at a time.
Exactly.
Now, I remember when I first started, my trainer first said, just cut out fries and alcohol, and then we'll start from there. And so you start to learn about the training and everything like that. So thank you so much for coming in here and showing us and talking to us about training. For those of you at home who want to work out with Tallon, you can visit his website, and we're going to flash that up, www.tallontrainsla.com. Thank you very much for sharing your expertise.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure to have you. We're going to go over to Susie in Studio A. We're going to return back to her, and she's going to show us how to make a protein shake.
So we're back with Edgar, and we're going to show you how to make a nutritious post-workout meal. So let's get started.
Let's get started. So we have some apples here. Just gonna grab 3 slices, and then a little bit of carrots, and then we go by adding some ginger,
Good, good.
and then just a handful of spinach.
Is there a reason why you would add ginger to your
Oh, ginger,
shake?
yeah, it helps you with soreness and also with muscle development as well.
Cool.
So it's a good thing, to have it here and give you a kick
Good.
as well. And finally, what we do is we just pour the protein. That's how you get to put on some muscle mass in your body.
Good. That sounds good.
It's ready.
It smells good too.
Oh yeah, I like that protein. Cookies and cream. And here we have the water. You just let the water sit in there.
So it's important to have a meal right after you work out?
Certainly, you have between 30-45 minutes to get a meal in your body, in your system, right after you do workouts. Otherwise your
Yeah.
workouts will just be a waste of your time.
So why would you? What would happen if you go past that 30 minutes?
The benefits are going to be minimal, and you
Minimal.
definitely want to maximize it.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. So either take your protein powder with you at the gym, or run home and get
Finish
there
your workout
fast.
running.
Exactly. And 10 seconds, and that's all you need.
That looks good.
Okay, I think that should be enough. Hopefully you'll like it. Let's see. Do you have health insurance?
If I'm what?
I'm just kidding. Well, go ahead and taste it.
All right, let's try this with you guys. That's actually pretty good. Cheers.
Cheers, salut.
All right, we'll see you maybe another time, but for now, stick with us too because we have more coming up.
Welcome back. I am here with Marisol Rodriguez. It's actually Marisol. And she is a burlesque fitness trainer here in the Los Angeles area. Now, mentioning burlesque, it sort of conjures up some sort of naughty and some very sexy images. So, and of course, the theme of our show is bringing sexy back. Welcome to the show, Marisol.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
cool.
you.
You know, we had an opportunity to talk before you came here, and you were sharing something with me that I found very impactful. You said, sexy is more than what a person looks like. It's their inner energy. So someone can look, like they belong in a magazine, but if they're unkind to other people or have a huge ego, then that's the
not very
opposite of
sexy,
sexy,
yes.
right? Tell us a little bit about what you do, tell us a little bit about what you do about burlesque.
Well, burlesque fitness is a fitness program that all women can do. And what I love about burlesque fitness is that I have women that come into my class that are 25, and I have women that come and they're 65. And they can all do the workout on the chair. And we do it with like a sexy burlesque twist. So you can't teach someone to be sexy, but you can guide them. So I tell a lot of them, sometimes we forget to sit like girls, you have to take out your feminine essence. So instead of slouching, sit up. If you work at an office,
That is sexy,
get on your computer and good morning, doctor,
right? Casting director.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about a typical burlesque workout, because it's not just the feeling better about yourself, the feeling sexy about
Confident,
yourself,
yes.
but it actually has some legitimate value to different areas of the body. So tell us what a typical burlesque workout would entail.
Well, usually in my class, we work out for 40 minutes using the chair. We do triceps, we do core, butt, and I even have some sexy push-ups that the girls do on the floor. And the last 20 minutes of class, we burlesque in high heels. So I have them stretch out and do sexy moves on the chair using their heels.
Why do I have this image suddenly of a bunch of people out peeping through the windows, a bunch of guys out there?
Luckily, we have curtains, so they can't do that anymore.
Luckily, huh? Well, so where are you located,
I'm in Granada Hills.
and how often do you teach burlesque?
I teach twice a week. I teach Mondays at 7:45 and Wednesdays at 8:45. So this gives the moms time to put the kids to sleep, put the husband to bed, and go to burlesque fitness, come back ready to bring sexy back.
Ready to bring sexy back when they're done, yes. So our producers are going to flash up a website for those of you in the Los Angeles area, burlesquefitnessgirl.com. And this is where you can go and learn a little bit more about what Marisol does, and even come and take part of it if you wish. So you're going to perform some burlesque for us tonight.
Yes.
What is it that you're going to perform?
Well, I'm going to show you some basic chair moves that any woman can do, and some stretches that you can do if you work in an office. It's always good to take a little bit of time and stretch out your body and, untense the muscles.
Good. Well, we're going to be right back, and we're going to enjoy Marisol's performance. So meet us right back here. Don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Marisol Rodriguez. Wow. What a sexy way to end the show. Thank you for sharing your talent with us. That was amazing, amazing. Thank you, Marisol.
Thank you.
Also, I want to say thank you to our personal trainer, Talon Weems. And thank you to Susie and Edgar for our nutrition segment. That was amazing. And thank you also to our audience, both in the studio and outside the studio. Look for us on Facebook at LA Late Show. And remember to tune in to us next week when we explore the underground side of art. We're going to see you next time. I'm your host, Seth Dieman. Thank you so much for joining us.